for tuning in to 2-Minute PR. I'm Jody Fisher. A ton of work goes into scoring a media hit for a client, and even when a reporter quickly responds to your pitch, there is so much that goes on behind the scenes before that interview makes it to the printed page or in the broadcast outlet. Good PR prep is essential to making sure that the finished piece says what your client wants it to say and represents their views accurately. So here are 3 things you can do to help prep your client for their PR close-up. Number 1, the prep memo. I use this 2-page document to put everything down on paper, from who the interview is with, where, when, how long it's going to take, right down to the talking points and the background about the reporter. The whole point is give your client all the information that they're going to need to start thinking through what they're going to say in this interview. Number 2, the talking points. Now, this is going to sound disingenuous to untrained ears, but the reality is, if you want to be clear about what you're going to say, you should write it down and make sure you've got the exact language nailed. The last thing you want to do is for a reporter to ask the question you've been dying to get and then stare into a camera like you're a deer in the headlights, or stammer out some kind of accidental answer when the reality is you know exactly what you want to say. So write it down first, practice it second, and deliver it third. Number 3, make them listen. We've all worked with a client who say that they don't need any prep. They know exactly what they're going to say. Those are usually the same clients that complain later that the reporter messed up what they said. The reality is they probably screwed up the interview because they didn't want to be prepped. I can count on one hand the number of times in 20 years of PR that I've had to go back and factually correct a reporter. Reporters are not interested in making errors. They're interested in reporting exactly what you say. That's why so many of them, frankly, use a recorder on the other end of the phone. They record the conversation not to catch you in a gotcha, but to make sure they have the exact words. Failure to prepare for anything is a recipe for disaster, and failure to prepare for an interview that you've been trying to get is simply irresponsible and foolish. When you get that interview and when you conduct that interview, make sure that you've done the preparation to deliver clear and concise and consumable messages that say exactly what you want them to say. Thanks for tuning into 2-Minute PR. I'm Jody Fisher.